Hey guys, Chelsea Briggs here, and we are live on Billboard. I am joined by Tony and Davey of DREAMCAR.
Hi.
Hi.
How's it going, guys?
Very well.
Yeah, happy to be here.
So happy.
Very happy to be here.
Good vibes today. How's your day been?
Tony just survived a very traumatic wardrobe event,
Yeah, but we're here.
and I'm happy to still have him right next to me, and fine,
And here we are.
and looking great.
You guys are looking great, by the way.
Thanks.
I'm really excited about your new music that you
Thank
guys
you.
have coming out. Album comes out May 12th.
Yeah.
Talk to me. I think it's so fascinating how you guys kind of came together. Tell me about that process
Okay.
and why you wanted to be in a band together.
Tom, Adrian, and myself wanted to keep playing music. We love playing together. We've been playing for so many years together. And we wanted to do something new. And it wasn't about going out and finding someone to play with us. It was about someone kind of coming into our world. And Davey was that person. And we were, I would see Davey all the time at restaurants and shows, and we just kept seeing each other. And then I mentioned it to Tom and Adrian. They were like, that would be cool.
Yeah.
So we asked Davey on a date.
Oh,
asked him out.
I
Yep.
love that.
It was very formal. And we sat down at one of our favorite restaurants. And
What restaurant was it? I'm
it's
just curious.
Crossroads Restaurant.
Okay.
In West Hollywood on Melrose. And we sat down and we asked him if he wanted to work on music together.
Nice.
Yeah.
And how was it on your end?
It
What was your point of view?
It was thrilling. It was a great date. They're a great date. It felt very much actually like a date as we were interviewing each other in a way and learning about each other.
Did we pick up the tab?
Yeah, you picked
We
up the
did.
tab.
So it was a
yeah,
real
it was
date,
really
yeah.
nice.
That's
They
very
treated me
gentlemanly
well,
of you.
and that's all it took. I was like, if these guys aren't going to pick up the tab, I'm not in. If they're not
It all comes down to
gentlemen,
the end.
they're
What's
not-
gonna happen?
I
What
am
are they
not
gonna do?
I am not putting out for the next 2 years. But they did. And
But you are putting out now.
and here I am, much to their dismay. Yeah, they've lived to regret it. Here I am.
Here we are. And then
Yeah.
we gave Davey, like a couple days later, we gave him 4 ideas,
Mm-hmm.
4 song ideas. And Davey's such a prolific writer. He writes so fast. He's so creative. And immediately we got back these ideas and we were just like, wow, there's something here. So we got in a room together and we started working.
That's awesome. And I heard you kind of say how you guys moved into like a place in downtown Los Angeles and sort of all started writing together, and it reminds you of like early days of No Doubt and that
It did.
process.
Yeah, it was very raw. Gritty. Yeah.
Stripped down.
It was very stripped down. It was the 4 of us. We loaded our equipment in ourselves.
I love it.
Which was fun.
I didn't lift anything.
But Davey supervised.
I did.
You're like, go there, put it there.
I did the decor.
He did the
Nice.
decor.
I did the decor.
And it was warm. I believe it was like a warm summer,
Yeah.
and there's no air conditioning in there, or maybe there was a very loud unit.
Oh yeah, there was a spot cooler, and there were very loud bands.
Yes.
Their music emanating through the walls
Yeah.
as ours emanated into
theirs,
theirs.
It was like a battle
Yeah.
between which one was better, and you were like, we're gonna win this battle. No.
No, I mean you
Maybe
know,
in our heads.
Yeah,
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 the bands,
yeah.
yeah.
It was fun. I mean, we both had many years of experiencing that type
Yeah.
of rehearsal environment, and it was fun for us. I mean, for us, it was us playing together for the first time, because at that point we actually hadn't played together
That's
prior
correct,
to
yeah.
prior, and it was
Yeah.
maybe a year into our convergence.
Yes.
really,
Yeah.
maybe a year longer, and we had written and we had demoed, and then we went in and played, and I think it was a really great environment to begin
Cool.
that part of our
That was a
relationship.
fun period of time.
It was.
Uh-huh.
It was good.
Finding cool places to eat downtown, just
Mhm.
hanging out.
Yeah.
And we were still writing too. So not
Mhm.
only were we like kind of playing the songs live that we'd already written, but we were continuing to write and
That's cool.
record there too. We did a lot of your vocals there.
Yeah, and it was a good environment to record in. Maybe not so much sonically, but emotionally, to be surrounded by different music happening, and there was a view of all of downtown LA, and I sing best at night, and so we'd go in at twilight, and you could watch the sunset down below the city, and there was a real urban feel to it as well that really I think was conducive to our creating.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Talk about finding your sound and kind of how maybe a moment that happened while you guys were working together that sort of was that aha moment, like this is it, and why is it the sound that you guys kind of
I don't think it really was a singular aha moment.
No?
We very organically moved in the direction that we ended up furthering with the process of writing. For me, when I first heard those 4 songs that the boys sent me, the inspiration was immediate and profound, which is why I was able to actually write for it so quickly. It was just very inspirational, and as I presented that to everyone, they seemed to enjoy what I had done and what we had then done together, and I think those songs just kind of pushed us forward, and then the songs thereafter pushed us further in that continuity, in that direction that you hear, and those references that you hear from times past are all references that really informed, I believe, who we are as musicians, and I think as as writers and as people, and in different ways, especially because there's I'm just one generation, I think, away from you guys, and so I think our perspective on those songs are different, but there are parallel impacts.
Yeah, there's a lot of similarities in those points of reference that we had. There was never like a spoken, like, this is the kind of band we're going to be. It was very much about just experimenting, letting things come out naturally. And like Davey said, that just kind of paved the way. The book was written in front of us. Like, it just kind of unfolded in front of us.
Yeah, there was really no directive other than to create music that we liked. And so, to have those explicit conversations when all we were doing was really having fun wasn't something that even crossed our minds.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, we talk about DREAMCAR. Why is the name of your band DREAMCAR?
We felt that DREAMCAR really encompassed the tone of the band, and for us and for me, DREAMCAR is evocative of many different things depending on the individual. Some people think of DREAMCAR and they think of the past and the sentiment, and then some people think of the futuristic, and sometimes it evokes something that is just out of reach but attainable, or the inattainable, the dreamy, and all of those aspects really form the mood of what we created, I think, musically, and as well as our individual desires and points of expression that you hear throughout the music.
Very cool. And your first single, Kill for Candy, why was that the song you wanted as your first single? And tell me kind of about how that song came about.
We didn't really pick the first single. We kind of let the people around us, our advisors and people we trust, kind of just, let us know what songs they thought could be singles.
Did it surprise you what they chose?
No.
We
were like, I think that's a great representation of what we're doing and what we've done, and I think it's a great first listen for people.
Very cool. And obviously you guys have both been in the industry for so long. What is maybe something you guys have learned that you're bringing into this band that maybe you're going to do differently moving forward? Or, I don't know, I just think that's a super, I'm just curious.
Well, I think we've touched on this. I don't know if there's been an epiphanous learning experience thus far with us, but I think recognizing that working from a place of pure musical joy and purity really is the way to create music
translates
that
right, for fans.
Well, at least translates for us.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll translate to people as well, but we were working from a place of wanting to have fun and just make music and nothing more than that, and what resulted for us was a record that we're very, very proud of and we're very fond of, and it was reaffirming in that regard. I would say that it reaffirmed that sentiment that I think we all have experienced in our lives.
It's a rare thing to be able to create that environment where there is no pressure or anticipation or
because I'm sure you guys have been in environments where it wasn't that way, over the years. Yeah.
And even if you don't want it to be, there's always those unspoken kind of things that are happening around you that wasn't the case with us, because for the first good year and a half we were just kind of writing in secrecy, and we were working on music just to be working on music. We had no idea where this was going to go.
What was going to happen.
It took some time for us to go, well, this could be something we can go share with the world.
I think we have a question from some fans.
Jason wants to know what musician or musicians from the 80s played a role in influencing the DREAMCAR album.
Wow. How about we do it back and forth?
Oh, man.
Okay, I'll go. Adam Ant.
The Thompson Twins.
Bernard Sumner.
I don't even know where to start.
OMD, Spandau Ballet.
Everything.
Duran.
Bowie.
Bowie, of course, going back to the 70s, and Roxy Music. there's Dead or Alive. I mean, it's so much of the New Romantic period and some of the pre-New Romantic period really came through in what we were creating. But again, it wasn't something that we looked to or were referencing.
Yeah.
Right.
It was just coming out of us in more of an experience of hearing what we were creating and saying, what does that sound like?
Yeah.
That kind of reminds me of
That's
Bow
what
Wow
it was.
Wow.
It's the reminders.
Yeah,
right?
it's
After you've done it.
after you've done it. Like, what is that?
Yeah, exactly.
What is that?
Yeah, there's definitely, I hear 80s a lot in your music, so I think that's, but what is, just curious, what do you guys think about growing up in the 80s was so great as a musician? What would you say?
I think we're going to have different answers.
Yeah. I mean, for me, like, obviously that was when I was a teenager, and there were so many incredible bands and artists at the time that I still reference back to, I still listen to. I mean, that's my go-to place, and I think there was a really special thing that happened during that time that was hugely inspiring and hugely influential on all of us.
Yeah, I mean that's very similar for me, and I was a bit younger. I mean, my teens began right at the end of the '80s, so a lot of that formative music that was that was impressing me and that was affecting me was done so at a very formative age, and really coloring my interpretation of what music is and what performers are, and sentiments of songs and lyrics, and it's very, very ingrained in me on a like imprinting level.
Yeah.
Because I was so young and so enamored of pop culture, and at the time pop culture was the British invasion, and pop culture was the inception of MTV and the lavish videos and the unique styles and the unique identities and the unique voices, both in a literal sense and in a figurative sense. So that's how it impacted
Yeah,
me.
definitely.
Yeah.
And you guys are playing Coachella, which is coming up real quickly.
Yeah.
And you guys
Very
have both
exciting.
played Coachella before, correct?
I have not.
You have not?
I have
Okay.
not played Coachella.
That
No.
surprises me.
I know, it's crazy.
So
yeah.
much.
Yeah.
What
I'm excited.
have you been to Coachella before though?
Many times.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you think is the best thing about performing Coachella and maybe the worst thing from a musician's
Well,
standpoint?
I've never performed, so
Yeah.
Davey's, you've done it a couple
you've
times,
answered that
right?
one.
I've actually only performed Coachella once. AFI performed at Coachella a few years back, 2 or 3 years ago, and it was delightful. It was really fantastic. Prior to performing with AFI, I believe only been to Coachella 1 or 2 years. I was a latecomer, and I really enjoyed the festival, so I was thrilled to have the opportunity to play. And I was concerned, to begin to touch on your question, what is the best and the worst? I was concerned because Coachella is such a culture and such an established fixture in, the festival community and worldwide. It has really become, it shifted music culture in the United States because it created a festival culture. I mean, Coachella created the festival culture that is here, that was formerly only in Europe. And the UK. And thereby, Coachella tickets sell out long before they announce anybody that is on the bill. So you're playing inevitably to 80,000 people, 100,000 people who just bought tickets to come. You don't know if they like you or not. We were very lucky with AFI to have such a great reaction, the reaction that we did, but I wasn't sure that anyone was going to be there to enjoy what we did, but they did, and it was fantastic, and I'm hoping the same will be
I'm so excited
for the DREAMCAR experience.
Yeah, how are you preparing for it?
We have rehersals.
lots of rehearsals.
Rehearsing.
And I'm shopping.
Do you do the shopping for everyone?
No. No.
Not at all.
No, I've got to take care of myself. That takes a while. We only have a couple months.
You gotta make sure his shirt is fixed and nice, and you gotta
Not poofy,
teamwork.
Not poofy.
He's like, no.
We made it.
We made it.
You guys know so many talented musicians in the industry, so I want to know, who would you love to bring up on stage with you guys as a guest in the future at one of your shows?
Bowie.
Oh.
Love you. Who else?
That's a really good question.
I mean, Brian Ferry would be
That'd be
fantastic.
fun.
Yeah. I would just step off stage.
For us, like, we haven't played
Yeah.
live yet. This is
Yeah.
about to happen, so we have some warm-up gigs before the Coachella shows.
We would like to bring ourselves.
Yeah.
That's the
And see how that goes.
first and foremost. We got to get up there.
Yeah, see how that goes.
If that goes well, then we can start inviting some other people up there.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I know you guys are like pros though, so this is like, isn't it like riding a bike?
We'll see.
You're like, no.
I haven't ridden a bike in a
But
long
are you
time.
nervous? Because since you said you haven't done it
There's a
together.
nice, anxiousness. It's a very happy, anxiety. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Cool.
That's probably the best way.
And lastly, we have a question.
Oh yeah, Isaac wants to know, are there any new instruments you'd like to add to your sound when performing live?
Ooh,
Well,
that's good.
I can tell you that we're going to have saxophone
Oh, cool.
for these upcoming shows, which is cool because we haven't done that before. And I heard some yesterday at rehearsal, and it was awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's a lot of saxophone on the album as well.
There's a couple songs with
Okay.
saxophone.
Yeah, there's some.
Yeah,
Cool.
There's
Yeah.
some.
I want to know, do you have tattoos as well?
I don't.
No, you don't have
No.
any.
None. I
wanna-
might be getting my first one soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what you're going to get?
I'll be doing it.
Yeah. David's probably going to do it.
Poke
after
It'll be
one of
my
the shows.
choice.
Stick and poke.
Grab bag.
I'll probably start with my daughter's names first.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
I can
probably
handle
the way
that.
to go. You could, huh?
Yeah.
I just got to figure out
Where would you get it?
Coco
Sure.
should be easy. It's 2 letters.
Yeah.
What's
And
your...
they're very similar.
Are there some letters that you're better at than others?
There's some letters that I'm better at.
Yeah,
than others.
what's your best letter?
What's my best
Just
letter?
so curious.
Not an O.
I love that you're
Although
like,
my
I know, he's planning it out.
This
It is.
will be yeah, I think I can do this.
My friends Trevor and Aaron, who are great artists, they taught me how to do a circle you go counterclockwise. Did you know that?
Oh, interesting.
I didn't know that.
Okay. Have you ever given a tattoo before?
No.
I'd be careful. I don't know if you should.
Davy's given tattoos. before.
No.
Davy's done quite a few tattoos.
What was your first tattoo, and what's the story behind it?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't have any tattoos. The first tattoo I got, I was a big fan of the tattoo culture and tattooing in the art form, and still am. And I wanted to be tattooed from a very young age. And I once went to Vegas, I think with my family of all things for some reason. I was 17. I was gambling on the floor at the slot machines because I felt that was the most discreet. I won, and I saved the money until my 18th birthday to get my first tattoo, which is gone
What,
and insignificant because it's gone.
really though, it did just fade.
It's gone, and there are
Like
there are
completely gone?
wings that sit in its place.
Huh. Okay. Where was it at? Can I ask?
San Francisco
Okay. Wait, San Francisco.
is where I got tattooed.
I thought you got tattooed in.
No, I got the money in Vegas.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yes, illegally.
And then went to San Francisco. Got it.
I lived in the East Bay at the time.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm from
okay.
Oakland.
All right. Lastly, another question.
Donatella says, Tony and Davey, what are your favorite things about each other?
This man is one of the kindest, warmest individuals I've ever met, caring, as are all the members of DREAMCAR, which, beyond talent, which is obvious to many people, just for you fans of the boys, they're wonderful, wonderful people. Just know that. And it's very rare to meet people who have an equivalent amount of talent and loveliness as human beings. So they're
that was so
wonderful guys.
sweet. Thank you so much.
Guys. You
Davey,
like my boots.
Davey's an incredible dresser. Davey is he's such an honest and forthright and creative and talented person. We're so fortunate to be able to have been working with him and continue to be working with him. It's been awesome. Like he's a performer. He's an artist. He's prolific. I told him the other day how much I love his lyrics because I got to look at all of them, and we were like proofreading the album artwork, and I finally had a chance to sit down with the lyrics, and I was so moved because we had created all this music together, but I never had a chance to really sit down with the lyrics. And he's just an incredibly talented artist, and we're very, very fortunate to be working with him.
So touching.
You guys, I'm so glad this date worked out.
Thank you.
I'm really happy the date worked out.
The date
I
still keeps
I
going,
feel,
yeah.
I feel the
It
love.
was a good date.
So
Good stuff.
I'm glad I get to do this interview with you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Of course.
Thanks.
And just let your fans know, I mean, at the end of the day, what do you want people to take away from your music and you guys as a band?
Something, anything they need. If they could be moved and they could connect in any way, whether it makes you dance or makes you weep. If any of that can be touched upon, if there can be some sort of connection, we're happy.
Yes. I couldn't say it better than that.
Awesome. DREAMCAR, everyone. High five. You guys are great. Maybe
that.
you can tattoo me sometime.
Maybe.
But how many tattoos have you done?
Do you like to throw regard into the wind?
So intense.
That's really what you need to do.
Okay.
So
just like trust
you should see my. Don't trust me.
No, don't.
Trust that you will be upset.
Well,
Yes.
that's horrible.
I know it's a horrible world.
So are you not going to let him do yours? Or you
Not
are?
after that.
Okay.
He knew.
Kind of on the same page.
He knew. He's been out for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
He's gonna go with someone who is a tattoo artist.
Artist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Awesome. Well, next time we interview you, maybe you'll have it and we can look
Yeah.
over it.
Yeah, look at it.
Awesome. May 12th, their album comes out, DREAMCAR. Go make sure can they pre-order it right now? I'm guessing they can.
Soon.
Okay,
Really
soon.
soon,
So
yeah.
look out for that.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.